world will be a little more crowded this week. The United Nations says the global population will hit 8 billion at some point today.
The world's richest man is now promising a Twitter makeover.
Squishy!
Today, Microsoft is retiring Internet Explorer.
Stephen Wilhite, who created the GIF, died last week at the age of 74.
The Omicron variant is spreading quickly across the U.S.
The first shots are now going into the arms of children under 5.
It's been a perfect journey. I would do it all over again.
Chinese artificial sun has achieved a continuous high temperature.
15th president, Draupadi Murmu.
The Federal Reserve is expected to raise interest rates,
raising rates by 0.75%.
Bitcoin fell to $27,000.
FTX spent millions making sure its name was seen and known.
Coinbase, the crypto exchange, fell 25%.
My money don't jiggle jiggle. It
lost in market value.
Luna, which dropped 99%.
Does Mark Zuckerberg not understand how bad his metaverse is?
My dog stepped on a bee, went to the bed, and went on with her.
I'm not a criminal. I'm a scared little kid trying to fight for their future.
America, here we are again.
Martin, still in Cumberland High School. Shut up.
412 to all EMS units, stand by. Do not attempt to get closer. We got shots fired.
7 people are dead.
With 5 dead,
4 people killed.
7 people killed.
3 people are dead.
The 19 children who were killed.
Our kids go to school wondering whether they will survive the day.
We need to ban assault weapons and high-capacity magazines.
This crater hints at the size of the explosion in western Ghana.
At least 125 people were killed in a stampede following a soccer game in Indonesia.
146 people have died during a crash in South Korea. Tens of thousands of Sri Lankans started their protest at the presidential headquarters over the weekend.
6 people are dead after a horrific bomb attack in a busy pedestrian area of Istanbul.
Overnight, deadly violence in Baghdad.
The world has changed. And NATO is changing as well.
Имея в виду расширение блока НАТО на восток.
Yes, we would like to join NATO.
Hurrah!
Kremlin warns of a possible attack if Finland and Sweden join NATO.
In accepting Finland and Sweden's applications for membership.
Prices are still too high. COVID is down, but gas prices are up.
Microsoft,
Meta,
Twitter,
Amazon will lay off 10,000 workers.
I take full responsibility for this decision.
From the gas to food on the shelf, prices are soaring.
I can't afford to go to the grocery store anymore. I can't afford food anymore.
Food is up. Everything high.
Millions of children in Yemen.
hundreds of animals in Kenya.
Nearly half the country's population in Somalia.
An Ethiopian hospital is flooded with a rising number of suffering children.
Horn of Africa. Millions of people are on the brink of starvation.
On a regular fall day, I could be swimming right here where I'm standing.
In China, authorities are battling one of the worst droughts.
As the water recedes, some of the world's forgotten histories are being revealed.
Carbon dioxide in the atmosphere now than at any time in at least 4 million years.
The Arctic has been warming nearly 4 times faster than the globe.
This is causing flooding that's collapsing some bridges in Pakistan.
In Pakistan, say flash floods have killed over 1,000 people.
Crops swept away, homes sunk, people left struggling.
More than 250 people have died in devastating flooding in the South African city of Durban and the surrounding area.
Nigeria, as the country experiences its worst floods in a decade.
This brutal heat wave.
Heat wave.
Heat wave.
Heat wave.
Heat wave.
The heat stateside remains and expands through the week.
Hottest day ever on record.
As temperatures soar across Europe, massive wildfires have erupted throughout the continent.
Florida, the major storm slamming the East Coast overnight. One of the strongest September hurricanes to strike the U.S. in decades.
This is what a so-called bomb cyclone looks like.
A huge winter storm is making its way,
delivering chaos and disruption.
It's about damn time.
It's time for your suffering to end.
Today, we're here to talk about
iPhone 14, AirPods,
an Apple Watch.
People in China return to regular life on Monday.
Construction work has begun on the controversial mirrored linear megacity called The Line.
It's BTS!
Here we are!
Luiz Inácio Lula da Silva has won Brazil's presidential election.
The United Nations Climate Summit has finally come to an end, and also interestingly, a historic loss and damage fund.
Rishi Sunak will now be the first Indian origin UK Prime Minister.
Jian, Azadi, women, life, freedom.
Goblin mode is the Oxford Word of the Year for 2022.
The 24th Winter Olympics have officially begun in Beijing.
The 2022 World Cup is being hosted by Qatar.
And in 2022, the world champions are Argentina.
All right. Game of the year winner is Elden Ring.
Changed. There's a fine line between right and wrong. And somewhere in the shadows, he'll send us in to find them. Bravo 6, going dark.
Naturally, some days are harder than others. For many of us, the road is a difficult one. But the path is always there for us to follow. No matter how many times we may fall. In the end, there is light in the darkness.